is on technical services, and that runs July 9 through 11. In this module, we'll be talking about changes to workflow in technical services departments, which includes acquisitions, cataloging, metadata services, sometimes serials, GIFs, government documents, and media and special format. There have been lots of changes because of the advent of technology and the change in the publication methods of information, the shift to all electronic. And the technical services used to be very clerical in nature and manual and sort of assembly line type work. And now a lot of that can be either outsourced or done by students or materials being done by a vendor. So that they come in and don't need that kind of work, which then frees technical services staff up to deal with problems or other kinds of more challenging work, such as managing serials and ebooks within electronic resource management systems, licensing, negotiating with vendors, budget type things, metadata application, digital libraries. They also do institutional repository work, but there has been a divide because the skills that the people who worked in the purely clerical technical services areas possessed are not necessarily the skills that are needed to work with today's collections and technologies. And so in many libraries, there may be some people in technical services who not only don't have the skills to do the work that's required now, but don't have an interest in it and don't want to have retraining. So that creates a lot of awkwardness in libraries. And as people retire, that's getting better, but you often have to hire people at a much higher level of staff to be successful. So we have one lecture on technical services in the PDF to review. Then I recommend that you take a look at the CLIR report number 139, which gives 6 different case studies on library workflow redesign. They're not all on tech services, though. So the ones you'd be interested in are at Appalachian College, and then at Denison University and Kenyon College, and the Tri-College Consortia, and there are elements of a couple of others in there as well. Okay, so that's a good source for you. Okay, so that's the resource. Then we have 6 readings, and these are, a lot of them are on redesign in technical services because that's really what the major issue that's being dealt with right now, and the adjustment to the new types of work. One, I selected one that's on stopping journal check-in or periodical check-in because many libraries are stopping the checking in of journals and the claiming because it's so minimal and they just ignore it. And just put them out on the shelf, particularly with the advent of all so many titles coming electronically, or you're getting the print only to get a better price on the electronic. And a lot of places are stopping binding. There's a lot of different kinds of streamlining that's happening in tech services. Another last article by Zoo is a good one on using Teams in technical services. Then you have one activity, and that is on technical services workflow, and that will be due, your initial post is due July 10th at noon, and then a response to someone in your group by July 11th. And so in your exposure to the readings and other things, what is being done differently? How is work being done differently in tech services? How has this changed money or provided better service? And what changes are coming up? And we don't have any assignments for this particular module.